And one. All right. Well, it is good to be here today, everybody. I'm coming to you live from Washington, D.C., and I've got my good friend, Dr. Tom Hyde, with me as well on this Google Hangout from Asheville, North Carolina. How you doing today, Tom?
I'm doing great, Jay. It's always good to see you and that great smile.
Always good to see you, my friend. Now, today we're here to talk about something that's near and dear to your heart. In fact, you were the brainchild behind this entire program of the World Olympians Scholarship Program. So tell us a little bit about the history of how the World Olympians, what the program is, and how the program came to be, and where you see it going in the future.
Yeah, thanks for the opportunity, Jay, first of all, and I'll try to start at the beginning if I can. And you're right, it has to do with the World Olympians Association. And the International Olympic Committee committed or created a fourth pillar, and that one was the World Olympians Association. And basically what that means that anyone who has officially been to the Olympic Games is automatically a member of the World Olympians Association. And initially they set up 4 different locations around the world, one in Hungary, one in Miami, one in Japan, and another in Africa. And it just so happened the one in the United States was in Miami, Florida, where I lived at that time, and had a mutual friend who worked with myself during probably a 10-year period where we worked with the Governor's Council of Physical Fitness, sports and events and things like that. At any rate, he introduced me to Dr. Liston Bassett, who was a 4-time Olympian, and he was in charge of the program in Miami for the World Olympians Association. So we started talking about how we could get chiropractors more involved at the Olympic level around the world and so forth. And he said, well, we need several things. We need help with covering events. We need care for our athletes around the world. And we need your participation, meaning chiropractic participation in some of the events we have where they would become speakers at things like that. So at any rate, out of that, we sat down and we talked for a long time, and we came up with something that ultimately led to the World Olympians Scholarship Program. We did do the other things where we provided care for Olympians. We've been able to help an awful lot of Olympians, whether they're training or post-training, et cetera, and provide chiropractic services all over the world. But this one was educationally one of the programs that they really liked. So we developed that beginning, I think, around 2002. That's when we first started.
And just so the audience understands, you were able to bridge the relationship between the World Olympic Committee and the World Olympics Association, which is the bunch of Olympians, that whole group of people, be able to bridge that with the chiropractic educational institutions to create scholarships for these Olympic athletes.
That's correct, Jay. And like I say, it was a lot of work. And I did incorporate a couple of people along the way to help me. And Angela Salcedo was certainly one, and you came on board later. And we've had several other people who have been very, very helpful in getting this program up and running. The schools at first weren't quite sure what we were doing, but when I say schools, we started going to the chiropractic colleges. And we asked these colleges and universities if they would be willing to participate in a scholarship that would be academic only. So what that meant is they would cover all of the academic fees for the Olympians during their entire training as to become a chiropractor. So we now currently have 10 schools who are participating. They're all in the United States except one, and CMCC is the only one outside the United States. They offer a half scholarship. And we did contact many of the other schools around the world, but they have different kinds of rules and regulations that doesn't necessarily allow them to do that. But we put through now a number of students. We have a couple of students presently enrolled in that as Olympians, and we're in the process of trying to increase those numbers.
So over time, all of this has been brought under the direction of FIX, the Federation of International Chiropractic and Sport. It's become, I think, a great program for the Olympians. It's become, I think, a great program for the schools. But you've had so many conversations with these Olympic athletes that have partaken in the scholarship program. What does it mean to them to be able to have this opportunity for a chiropractic education?
Well, Jay, I think to me, most of them say, it gives me now an opportunity to pay back what I received from the chiropractors during my training and during my Olympic tenure. So they are so happy now that they can provide the same kinds of quality care that they got as they came up through the ranks.
It's great. And as it relates to the future of the program, where do you see this going in the next 5 to 10 years?
Wow, that's a great question. I would love to see more institutions involved, and certainly we need more candidates to fill those positions. I'd like to see it go beyond just the academic scholarships, because we've run into a couple of issues where someone was married or had a couple of kids and they didn't have the financial means to handle that portion of it. So other ways that we can raise money to help them find jobs, to supplement along the way, or to find other means to help them with their groceries, for an example, or their living, or help with childcare, whatever it may be, to get them through the program. These are dedicated people all over the world who are brilliant. They just need an opportunity.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I've been fortunate to meet some of the folks that you've brought into the program, and just great people. Tom, what do you think this does for chiropractic as it relates to the public's perception of our value as doctors of chiropractic?
Oh boy, that's a great question. When I look back through my career and thinking when I started, the Olympic Committee in the United States didn't even want to talk to us as chiropractors. Now we have a chiropractor running that facility. It's really quite an advancement, if you will.
Sure.
So I think what this program has done, it has helped bring Olympians around the world and the thinking about the quality and the care that we give these athletes, and how much they appreciate it, how much they really feel that it has enhanced their ability to train and to compete. So I think it's extremely valuable. I just want to see more and more of the Olympians know about the program. That's the main thing. We have to get the message out to more and more Olympians. Once we do that, I think we'll have more coming into the program.
Absolutely. And for these athletes, it's a great opportunity to be a brand ambassador. For chiropractic, it's a great opportunity for them to be a brand ambassador for the schools. And it's just really great for the Olympic movement. Moving people in the public, their perception away from things like drugs and opioids and surgery, and more towards a natural, evidence-based, holistic approach to healthcare, which is what we do every single day.
No, you're absolutely right. And I know you've been to the Olympics with the World Olympians Association. So we had an opportunity through them to also go to their centers when they would go to the various Olympics. And then you guys have treated not only Olympians, but other people involved with the program. So it's been a great opportunity. And when you look, we've got other countries now around the world that have chiropractors, not just the United States, but there are many other countries now that have chiropractors involved. And some of that, I think, is because of not only the care that they have provided to Olympians, but because of this program overall.
Well, Tom, you've done a tremendous amount for sports chiropractic over your many years of being such a valuable part of our profession. So I just want to personally thank you for everything that you've done to create the World Olympic Scholarship Program, and everything that you've done for sports chiropractic, and certainly everything that you've done for me, my friend. You've been an amazing mentor. You're an amazing human being, and I just want to thank you for all that you've done.
Jay, thank you. And you know what? It takes a team. No one can be an individual and achieve things without support, starting right here with my great wife, with people like you, Angela, Dale, all of these people who've been involved in this, and certainly going back to Listen Bissett, Jose Rodriguez. Don't want to leave anybody out, but some incredible people. So again, it's all about a teamwork and being on the same page. But
amen. Amen. A perfect way to close this interview out, sir. Thank you so much for your time. I know you're always super busy changing the world, but I just wanted to thank you for being here today.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for the opportunity, Jay.
Thanks, Tom. Talk to you soon.
You got it, bud.
Bye.
Bye.